G'day, it's Robbie again. Well, this is a short video that I've been sort of going to do and then not going to do and then going to do for a long time because it's so basic and so simple and I think so obvious that most people will probably think, oh, what a waste of time that was, you know, why would I waste, I don't know, 10 minutes watching that rubbish? Well, I'm going to do it anyway, bugger it, because some of you may not have thought of this, and it's one of those things that, like, it just annoys me. It, you know, some things on lathes, well, you set up lathes how you want them, and there's not a lot of things you can change really, but you can trick them up a bit. Now, when I got the old Schaublin here, and I made up the stand for it, of course you've got to have an on-off switch. So I've got the typical on-off switch where you have the green button for the go and the red button for the stop. And the red button always stands higher than the green button, so if things go pear-shaped, you just give it a whack, and you always hit the red button first and she'll shut down. Plus they have a magnetic auto cutout switch built in so that if the power goes off and it shuts down, it can't come back on once the power comes on again. So they're good switches. If you've got a lathe, they're the best sort to have. My little Sherline doesn't have one, but it's just got a little on-off switch, but that is unlikely to do anything seriously bad to you, it's so small. So what about the regular Chinese lathes that you buy, you know? Well, they're going to have either this sort of switch, similar to that, with no cover, or they'll have a switch with a cover on it, like I had on my, well, like I've got on my Chinese CQ9325. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so here's the poor long-suffering CQ9325, the only lathe I've ever bought new, and yeah, geez, I had this for a few years, I tell you, and this thing's done a humongous amount of work. It's been really pushed to the limit. Anyway, this is like all these Chinese lathes, this sort of switch, you know, so if you know, you want to go, you press the green. It's exactly the same sort of switch as on the Schaublin, but it's got a cover on it. You think, oh, well, big deal, you know, what's the big deal, Rob? You know, it's got a cover, so what? Well, this thing used to annoy the crap out of me. Why? Because, okay, to stop it, you don't, you know, as the cover's sort of there and it's always there, you can't sort of easily get around it, you just give it a whack, and as it's designed to be used, and she shuts down. You know, so what? Big deal. You want to go, you press the green again. She's going. Stops. Goes. Stops. But I bet you yours doesn't do that. I bet you that when you stop it, the bloody thing stays down because it's got a lock on it. It's got little clips, and mine used to have them, but not anymore. In fact, not for a long time. That's the first thing I did to this lathe when I got it. So I'll come close and have a look at it. So here it is. You can see there were little plastic hooky things on the end there that I think it was a little bit of plastic went right across and it came in under this tab here. But I mean, for the life of me, I couldn't see why the hell they even bothered. I mean, I like the idea to just give it a whack and she shuts down. It's better, I think, than trying to hit the red button, you know. I mean, it's unlikely the green would come back on again. Red would shut it down. But these are good, but why do they have a clip on them? What purpose is the clip? You know, is it to keep sort of errant children from starting up your lathe? But I mean, any kid with half a brain would soon figure out that, you know, that's what that clip's for. So if you've got a switch like this, I'm not saying, you know, do it, I'm saying think about it. If you know, want to get over the forever unlocking the clip syndrome, which I had, I mean, I might turn this lathe on and on 40 times a day, you know, when you're working on fiddly stuff, you know, on, do a bit, measure it, off again, on again, on and on. And that bloody clip used to drive me up the wall. So there you go, for what it's worth. Yeah, get out the file or the scissors or whatever. They're all a little bit different the way they clip. I noticed that Alan from Retro Steam Tech still got one of these on his, and it had a slightly different clip, and I thought, geez, I bet Alan's pissed off with that bloody switch, because I sure as hell was. So there you go, guys. Either take off the cover altogether, which I don't think is a good idea, because it's only held on with 2 screws and the rest of the switch stays there, or just fold the tabs off so that, yeah, it still works as intended, but it doesn't lock down all the damn time, you know. All right, I've had my little rant for the day. I think it's time for a beer. See you next time. Cheers.